taking the bus to the midnight shift, and you never get to sleep at night.
Hello everyone, this is Charlie from Madagazi Travels, and we got to sit down with a full-timing RV family, Kris and Ron, and have a little chat about families on the road, which is a totally different thing than just traveling by yourself. We're always happy to speak with those people. We followed them out to Green River Reservoir, Green River Dam, and we got to see some beautiful scenery on the way. We follow them out and we sit down and have a chat. So we hope you enjoy this. This is part one. Please watch it and then tune in for part two. Thanks.
Oh, it's the end of America's dreams. Oh, say goodbye to your middle class means.
He said, well, people like her, you're going to be sitting here partying and everything all night long.
People like
And,
me.
yeah,
I
people
was
like
20 or 21 years old.
And
People
it's
like
like-
her have too many parties.
And we were almost laughing. It's like, we are so quiet couple. I mean, it was so funny, but he wouldn't let us stay there.
Yeah, we weren't allowed to stay there. And it wasn't
turned
even
us
a
away.
55. Yeah, and it was not even a 55 plus
No, it wasn't a
community or
retirement community, but he just said
He
that
refused.
she would
'cause
be
I was
too noisy.
overweight. I'd be too noisy.
Throwing
he could
parties
stay,
and stuff. Yeah, I
but
could
his
stay.
wife could not stay.
Talking about that, obviously you're younger,
Big spread.
and you kind of got a little bit of discrimination because of just the disparity in age.
Yeah.
Now, in all the time that you've been work camping and all the time you've been RVing, how about discrimination? Even though they say they can't do it, discrimination from you having kids.
You have it big time. It is a serious thing you have to contend with, and you have to, and it's something that, I'll give you a perfect example of how it happens. When we went to Wisconsin, we arrived, we went inside and met the general manager who had hired us. Back in the back room was the owner. Next thing we hear is, you hired another couple with kids? Why would you do that?
Welcome to Wisconsin.
That was the first words out of anybody's mouth to us when we arrived in Wisconsin, and it was like, oh my gosh. But we have had where we called, another example Kris and Ray mentioned, when we called over to get a job over at the Jellystone Park right over by Mammoth Caves.
Yeah.
They don't want to hire us if we got kids. So they told them, now some people will be frank and others will just be, well, we just don't think it'll work out right for us.
So when you guys apply for work camping positions, I know Raquel and I, when we apply for work camping positions, they ask for a picture of you and your rig.
And your rig.
So when you give a picture of you and your rig, is you, your kids, and your rig in the picture?
It is now. Because I would rather they know up front so that we don't arrive and it become an issue.
Yeah.
Let's just clear it out.
See, I've been guilty of, like, when I apply for a work camping position, I will send a picture of Raquel and I and the RV.
Right.
And we have an unspoken kid thing. Like, for a couple times we've done that, where after they say yes, yes, we'd love for you to come down here. We've looked at your resume. You guys seem like you're awesome. And I go, well, we've got 2 kids. And I do that before we go down there.
Right.
But I wait till they want us,
Right.
and then I do it.
Right.
Which I don't know if that's the right thing to do or not. You know?
No, it can.
It can work
be.
out better sometimes. I guess we've been at it a little bit longer, so we've been burned a few more times, and I just don't want to.
Another key tip, though, too.
Yeah.
Don't apply for the ones that are looking for your rig pictures and your pictures of yourself, because that's a clue right there that it's one of the. It's more of a persnickety place that you don't necessarily want to be with.
Don't go to
kids
Florida.
Anyway. Yeah.
Because a lot of their like upscale 50+ resort or 55+.
They won't let you
resort.
take a child anywhere near those places.
I couldn't, and I was a legal adult.
Yeah.
And couldn't be there.
Sometimes I go to the
want me to just
website
hold
and
it for
I
you?
see that it's
Okay.
mostly more geriatric crowd. They've got shuffleboard and they have a golf course and they have all this stuff, and I'm like, and I never see a playground, or I never see and that's usually when Raquel and I see that, we're like, okay, okay, I want to ask you guys a couple questions. Okay, how long have you guys been doing this?
since 2013.
Yeah,
with
2013,
with
2
the
years
kids.
now. Yeah,
So 2 years with kids.
right. And we did it for several years without.
Yeah.
And then, what is the worst thing that you think has happened to you as far as any mechanical or problems with your rig, problems with your vehicle?
I
We
haven't
don't
had any.
discuss that.
No, don't do that.
Well, I mean, you guys fairly have a nice setup, like your travel trailer.
It's older,
but your truck's in good shape.
Yeah.
Like we drive a 1986. RV. So we're always asking that question, like, what do you do? Like, especially you guys, your RV's not going to break down.
Right.
Like your RV, you get a flat tire.
We're saying a flat tire,
Yeah.
your bearings go out.
Yeah.
That's it. That's
Yeah.
about all
Or
that can
some
happen.
household issues. But the worst thing for you guys will be the truck.
Yes.
But they're not combined, so therefore you can replace the truck and still have your house to live in while you're replacing the
Right.
truck.
Right.
But with you, it's all kind of
it's all
connected.
tied together.
Yeah, motorhomes in Class C's are very different. Well, it's like I know a lot of people that we've talked to on the road that have motorhomes and stuff, and when they need significant repairs, they have to live in the motorhome at the shop while it's being
really?
repaired. Oh, yes.
And I had a couple that just had to do that too.
Yeah,
Yes.
they had to have new refrigerator repairs done, and so they had to live in the RV at the shop.
Or sometimes
'Cause you don't have a choice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, you don't want to shell out $50 or $60 a night for a hotel.
Right.
If you can get them that
Sometimes-
cheap.
Yeah, and sometimes you can't. I mean, it's not what we have in the cards because, we're here. I mean, this lifestyle is not as cheap as most people think it is.
No.
But also, you can make it what you want to make it.
Right.
The same as in your life. Like, I
Right.
know a lot of people who live beyond their means and they want to have things that they don't have and they make all kinds of payments. They're doing that in their life as well as in the RV. So
Right.
it's not a big change.
Right, exactly.
So for us, Raquel and I, we don't really make payments. And we bought our RV, even if it's old, it's cash. We bought it cash, and so I think you guys are
We did
kind
the
of
same thing.
Very
way.
the same
yeah.
thing.
Yep.
Yep.
And
Yep.
so I think that if you're in a bad circumstance in your regular life, you're probably still going to be in a bad circumstance in your RVing life.
Right,
And
and
that's
that's very true because a lot of it is attitude, and that's the thing. No matter what lifestyle you live, it's your attitude, and if your attitude's the same, your lifestyle is not going to matter.
I agree with
So
that.
I mean, if you are one of those people where you tend to live out of your means, yeah, whether you live in a mansion or live out in Tic-Tac, for instance, which is another smaller RV with the motor or the motorcycle, the pull behind motorcycle.
Oh yeah, I see.
Yeah,
that.
it
Like Jackie's
doesn't.
got.
Yeah, like Jack, it doesn't matter if your attitude's not there, then where you live doesn't
So,
matter either.
is there a time in those 2 years since you started this time in the 2 years that you guys have been like, yeah, we're not going to do this
right
anymore?
now.
Like where you're like, I don't know if we're going to do this anymore.
It's funny, our best time we ever had was here, the time we were here in 2013, and this time, not saying this because you're doing the interview, since we met you guys, we've had a great time.
Yeah.
But we had some bad times here this time. There's
Yeah.
kids that have been a real issue that we
Families
never
that don't
had
see eye to
before,
eye
and things that have happened here that we almost left here. I mean, we almost packed up and left because to be on the road, you don't have to be unhappy. You can pack that thing up and pull them wheels down the road.
Well,
And we almost did.
I hope that me and Raquel's few YouTube viewers don't take this the wrong way, but as in life and even more so in this lifestyle, you meet some pretty odd birds.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like there's some people that, I mean, not that we have to all fit the society.
Oh, we don't
No,
expect that.
nobody
or
has
whatever.
to. No.
But they just have a whole. I mean, and I you know what? And I'll support them. If they
I support
whatever they
them.
think, whatever they want.
Yeah.
But just don't try to, try to convert me or try to,
Exactly.
make me think like
Exactly.
you. And I think that
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
As far
I
as
know.
the
Right.
different personalities
Yeah.
that we have inside of the park.
Right.
And inside of our park
Right.
too.
Right.
So I
Yep.
mean, I understand.
It's a very
that.
small group, so a small group of people can have a big influence.
Right.
But I mean, I also find that the kids are kind of, they're just echoes. It's echoes of their parents.
Oh, yeah.
And so I mean, me, I'm not going to change their parents. So
No.
I'm not going to try to.
Oh,
change
you
the
can't.
kids.
No, you don't
So-
even try that. That's a waste of time.